Good morning, Skalk van der Merwe. Video in English. Date of the video is the 16th of November 2021. Very important video. There's going to be a lot of information on this video that will stand for future reference. First off, I think we've done tremendous work up to now relating to swinging the public opinion relating to mandatory vaccination in the workplace. Yesterday, a very comprehensive media article was indeed published in IOL, the independent mainstream media. It's not related to News 24. It's mostly English-speaking or English language media, and it's to a very large extent utilized by the black population in South Africa, ironically. The Afrikaans white media in South Africa is definitely pro-jab, and they're definitely on the bus of promoting the pro-jab internationalist globalist agenda. So at this point in time, we're definitely not speaking to them. Be it as it may, that article very clearly indicated to us that there's a very large percentage of people out there that are indeed also anti-mandatory vaccination and pro-rights. Amongst others, certain of the COSATU trade unions and COSATU itself swinging back and forth between either they want it or they don't want it, but they're also clear on record that they do not in any way condone, and they will not condone, dismissal related to so-called mandatory vaccination in the workplace. A meeting has been set up in this week still with COSATU, with the top-ranking COSATU officials relating to this. I can confirm that we will definitely have a discussion with them on the issue and see if we cannot take hands. Now, this is quite ironic. I'm conservative. I've always been, I would say, not fighting, but on the opposite side of trade unionism. I've usually represented employers. So for us to take hands must send a very clear signal that everything from the conservative right on my side, the Christian right, because I'm going to tell you a little bit about that also now in a moment, and the socialist left, everybody is now taking hands against a common enemy, and that common enemy is dismissal in the workplace because of mandatory vaccination. It's very clear that the general population in South Africa, white, black, brown, are all in favor of us fighting this fight. Even the trade unions that sometimes are known to be in the pockets of big business and so forth. That being said, let's quickly discuss the issue of the Christian right. You know that a couple of weeks ago I met with very influential black pastors and bishops. We are indeed going ahead with the cases relating to them. Very important cases. It's going to be all-encompassing, relating to also lockdown. We've already approached the courts, both the High Court and the Constitutional Court. The case is already known, and there has been a court case allocated. I'm not going to divulge it at this point in time. We are at the point where we are going to file quite substantive amounts of documentary evidence before the court, and they will then have to decide how to deal with it, whether we're going to have a straightforward hearing in front of the Concourt, whether it's going to be diverted back to High Court, whatever they want to do. We will have to look at the path that they set out for us. But it's on the roll. It's going. On CCMA side, this morning alone, I registered 7 new cases at CCMA this morning alone. My office stands as it stood from the beginning. I will assist employees being dismissed unfairly from the workplace, free of charge with your CCMA case. Assist, not represent. There's two different things. Because CCMA is very simple and easy litigation for a worker. You can basically do it yourself, especially in these cases. Most of them are totally unfair. It's procedurally unfair cases where employers call you in and give you so-called 24-hour notice or dismiss you on the spot. I mean, it's as easy as falling out of a tree to go and represent your case at CCMA. There's a footnote to this. I receive a huge amount of non-related issues. People just simply wanting legal advice. People simply wanting to discuss certain issues with me. So, people want to discuss all these issues that I've been dealing with extensively on videos. That is not part of my offer. That was never part of my offer. I've indulged that for quite some time as I was still gathering a lot of information as how to employers go about doing what they do. But yes, unfortunately, it's bad news. But yes, unfortunately, the only way that I can handle this and deal with this, if you want my advice on a professional level, on a consultant-based level, not on the offer of assisting an employee who has been dismissed to CCMA, or for that matter, assisting a job injury to the point that we can then put the case on the roll, because that is the second part of my offer, my free offer. If you want my advice as a consultant, my expertise as a consultant relating to anything beyond those two aspects, I will charge a fee for it. So if you send me an email, that's fine. You can send me an email, and if you send me a WhatsApp, it's fine. I will respond to it, but be advised that I will charge for my time and for my advice and my expertise in those things. I've received a huge amount of ancillary cases relating to COVID on which people want a legal opinion or legal advice or assistance or whatever. That is going to be for cost, either my own fee as a consultant in these matters, or if I refer you to an attorney's firm, they will have to quote you beforehand before going to court, etc., etc. Unfortunately, expertise to the tier that I provide and the people working with me, my legal teams provide, are not free, because they are really expert advice. It's not Mickey Mouse. It's not Mickey Mouse. So please be advised that if you call me 6 o'clock in the morning and you want that advice as to your airplane ticket not being approved because you can't vaccinate, I'm going to charge you for that, because that's law. It's something that my expertise is going to be called upon. My expertise is my merchandise. That is what I sell. You can't walk into Pick n Pay, pick a can of baked beans off the rack and walk out and expect nobody to expect you to pay for it. Exactly the same with people in our profession. If you use our expertise and our network and what we can offer to you, it's at a cost. This is how we make business. So all inquiries, all emails, all calls, all WhatsApps relating to anything beyond, number one, assisting employees in the workplace relating to referral of CCMA cases and bargaining council cases, and secondly, assisting people with job injuries to ready their cases for court. Anything beyond that is at cost. Please understand that. I've been inundated with calls. People, if you call me in the middle of the day, I'm busy, I'm working, I'm presiding in a hearing, or I'm with clients, or I'm physically working. So my telephone will literally ring 24/7, and I'm not kidding. People call me in the middle of the night to tell me that Old Mutual has given through a vaccine policy. People that's in the media, you don't have to tell me that. I know that. And a thing that's really starting to bother me, people will say the following to me: Skulk, we follow all your videos and we listen to what you say on your videos, but, and then they tell me a nonsense story of the employer not being bound by the laws of South Africa, and as a result, what must I do now? How can you help me? The video is there as education to you, as to prepare you to stand on your rights. The laws quoted in those videos are not these make-believe things that some people run around with. It's actual law. It's actual legislation in South Africa that you can get from the state press, or you can just simply download it from any of the state, the governmental portals. It's real law. So the same advice is given now over and over and over, thousands of times, for exactly the same scenario, it's exactly the same advice, it's exactly the same law. There's nothing strange, there's nothing new, there's nothing added on. Whether a mutual is big or the mom and pop shop on the corner doing the same is small, doesn't matter, the law is exactly the same. Okay. No company in South Africa is above or beyond or outside the bounds of South African law. If you're registered in South Africa as a business or a company in South Africa, the Companies Act make very clear you're bound by the Constitution and the laws of South Africa. So these employers running around telling the employees, and for some reason the employees believe them that South African law is not applicable to them. People, please. I don't want to use the word stupid, but if a person is as stupid as to believe that, I don't know. Must I help him? Must I really assist that person? Stand on your rights. Everybody can listen to the videos. Everybody can see the discussions on my various social media, and then you still come with this nonsense. Okay, so please bear in mind any advice that you want from me, any assistance you want from me beyond the two very clearly defined free services that I do because I have a heart for my people, is going to be at cost. I'm going to charge you for it. Okay, that being said, a lot of things happening today. I'm speaking later on, as I said, with once again the Christian right, and that is mostly the black Christian right, amalgamation of, I think, between 400 and 500 church groups in South Africa. I'm speaking to them. I've been speaking to them for quite some time relating to a constitutional matter. And as I said, in the week coming, definitely speaking then to the top tier management of COSATU. I have not heard back from the HR department of Discovery. I will follow that up again this week. If they are not willing to come to the company, Discovery, I'm coming after you again, unfortunately. The good work being done by your legal department will then be null and void because you as HR department are not willing to come and sit around the table. So please, this is not a threat, it's just simply a warning, a fair warning. Don't go back on your word. Just make a date, I will come to you, we can discuss everything and find common ground. But please do not now try to run away after the discussion with the legal department. Okay, I think that's for now all the things that's important. I will make a little short follow-up video because it seems to me all the little yakkelsies, all the little agents are running around and causing havoc, but they're not achieving anything, trying to derail me from the process that I'm busy with. Yeah, it's sometimes ironic, all the players coming out and doing their little thing and, yeah, failing dismally in what they're trying to do. It's become quite serious now because the desperation on the side of the bad guys has gone to the extent that they've actually laid not one but more than one fake criminal charge against me. You know about the issue of me being allegedly arrested 2 weeks or 3 weeks ago. Yeah, I'm very well aware of that incident. There's a whole video on it. That matter was referred back to court, and the court did a thorough investigation as to why they were duped into issuing a warrant of arrest for me, which the police did not execute. And there was indeed a thorough investigation in that, and leading from that thorough investigation are now charges of defeating the ends of justice, because you can't go to a court and mislead the court as to the situation about the person, ask for a warrant of arrest, make a false police charge, false criminal charge, and then expect not to happen after that. And it's ironic that people who would otherwise not have been able to to be attached to the whole thing are so stupid that they run their mouths on Facebook and become wholly part to the defeating the ends of justice. I've never in my life come across people as once again, I don't want to use the hard word stupid, but as stupid as that. Defeating the ends of justice, if you go to the police station or you go to a court of law and you make false allegations and false charges against any person in South Africa, that is seen to be what is called defeating the ends of justice. In Afrikaans is het regsverydeling. So It's a very, very serious offence for which you can get direct imprisonment if found guilty. So I see they are running around in their numbers trying to derail me. It's not working. It's unfortunately not working. In fact, I'm going back to the police station at Hercules, Pretoria today. There are numerous cases already opened against a person and another person related to her. There's now some more cases coming as a result of a very stupid guy running his mouth on Facebook and saying things that if he didn't say it, he would not even have been party to this, but now he is. Anyways, I will do that video a little bit later on. I have certain appointments I must attend to now. So yeah, very nice day to you, and I will keep you abreast.